Daleks are back. They're fierce, they're more evil than ever before, Sorry.
Livvy!
Oh, hi Richard.
There's actually a nice Dalek in this one.
What do you mean, nice? Welcome people of YouTube. Did you all enjoy Into the Dalek? It had Zoe Ashton and Michael Smiley in it, so I knew it would be good as soon as the cast was announced. Sorry. Billy?
Hey Livvy, it's Billy here. Got a joke for you. You know those bronze Daleks that they're using at the moment? Hold on, it's a good joke. Bling bling Daleks.
It had Rusty, the good but not good Dalek in it, which annoyed a few people I know. The conversation basically boiled down to them yelling at me saying,
"The Daleks were always heartless killing machines in classic Who, and now they're all namby-pamby trying to save everyone. They should scare the potatoes out of you and not be nice."
They didn't say potatoes. In a way they're right, the Daleks were always bad and a good Dalek isn't scary. But this wasn't a good Dalek, this was a sick Dalek. It had radiation poisoning which made it see the beauty in the universe instead of all the hatred. And then once that was fixed it was evil again. The only reason it turned out not so bad is because it had its insides messed with. It wasn't born a good Dalek and was shunned by the other Daleks for being so good. It was evil and had its head messed around by a schoolteacher and... Billy!
Hey Livvy, you know the Daleks that they're using at the moment? They're quite low tech, aren't they? It's almost like they're from the Bronze Age.
But you know what I really loved about the episode? Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor. I can't explain how much I'm loving Peter, and it's only the second episode in, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. The fact that people were dying left, right and centre, well, we know he does care, but he doesn't show it as much as the others. He's all business.
He was dead already, I was saving us.
He even made some sarcastic and witty comebacks.
Yeah, Todd Blair if you want to say it a few words.
But let's start from the beginning, shall we? Or near the beginning. We met Mr. Pink, and I liked him straight away. And not because he's handsome. It was when he was having witty banter with the kid outside. And I was like, yeah, I like you. However, I didn't like the single tear running down his face. Of course, given the circumstances, he'd be sad enough to cry. That's not the issue. It's the fact I think it would have had a bigger effect if he looked like he was trying to hold it in and just about to cry. It's not difficult to perfect the about to cry heart-wrenching look. Please don't keep that in. Then it leaves it up to the imagination. You wonder what's happened and how bad it was for them to hold it in so much and not want to let it out. I think the tear was just a bit too cheesy for me. But overall, I think Mr. Pink's character was pretty good. He was funny, and I just hope it doesn't turn out like another Amy-Rory relationship. I did like Rory, loads, but he was a bit like, yes dear, no dear, 3 bags full dear. He just followed Amy all the time, and she definitely wore the trousers in the relationship. I understand she wore mini skirts, but you understand what I mean. The TARDIS was brilliant in this episode. We always see people assume that the TARDIS is a little box and then they walk in and it's bigger on the inside. But this time she was already inside the TARDIS, walked out and looked round and she had just walked out of a little box. And it was really nice having it the other way round for a change. Also, there were some pretty great shots walking in and out of the TARDIS, like the first shot where he picks Clara up with the coffee, and they're in a cupboard, I think, maybe in a cupboard, and they just walk into the TARDIS, and it's just a really great shot when they just leave the school behind and go into the spaceship, and it's really, I really like it. Another thing I really enjoyed was we got to see some hatred in the Doctor. Rusty definitely did. He would be full of hatred, the stuff he's seen, the stuff he's done, and I'm really glad that they're addressing it more now and showing us more now. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I really love Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. He's making the role his own. He's still got his quirks, he's still got his humour, but it's a little bit darker. And we needed that. We needed another Colin. We needed another Christopher. And now we've got Peter, and it's...
Hey.
Hello.
Hey Livvy, you know the Daleks they're using at the moment? They're actually the third most popular monster. Yeah, they got the bronze medal.
They're getting worse. I absolutely love this episode. However, there are a few little bits that did annoy me. I've mentioned one, the single Danny Pink tear. I won't go back into that now. The second was Clara running around saying, "What have we learned? What have we learned?" to the Doctor. Right, I'm not being funny, but people were dying while she was pussyfooting around saying, "What have we learned? What have we learned?" Daleks were shooting at Michael Smiley, and she should have just told the Doctor what he needed to know, because he could have saved a few more lives, but she was wasting time by trying to act all teacherish, and I know she's a teacher, but this wasn't a classroom, and it was a serious situation. Time was of the essence, and just, it really annoyed me. The final thing that annoyed me was, again, to do with Clara. Earlier in the episode, the Doctor asks Clara, "Am I a good man?" and she replies, "I don't know." Then, about half an hour later for us, a good few hours for the Doctor at least, she randomly comes out with, "I don't know," knowing that he would then have to ask her, "What are you going on about?" and then she'd have to explain. So why not just explain in the first place? She could have easily have said, "You know, earlier you asked me, are you a good man, and I said I don't know. Well, I still don't know, but I think you try, and good on you, mate," or something along those lines. I know it shouldn't annoy me this much, but I've seen it done so many times, and it wasn't good the first time, so I don't know why people keep doing this random word that was said early in the episode, and then having to explain what they mean later on. Just explain. Just explain. But yeah, overall the episode was spectacular, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of Peter.